I am very excited to welcome Executive Director at the Pacific Whale Foundation, a lovely lady who is so intelligent. Kristie Wigglesworth is found time to join us in a very, very, very busy time of year. It's the busiest time of year for you, isn't it?
Yes.
You've got so much going on. Well, I guess we'll start at what's going on this Saturday, because the Run and Walk for the Whales is going to be happening this Saturday. And it's a huge event, and there's so many ways people can participate. Of course, anyone can do the 1 mile. My gosh, that'd be a breeze, 5K, 10K, or the 10-mile course, which I won't make. But it's going to be going on, and the thing is, it's pretty much online closing up here soon. So you probably, if you haven't booked online at MauiWhaleFestival.org/runwalk, because that closes on the 30th, you might want to just get down there early on Saturday morning.
Yeah, you can actually go ahead and go online now. That's the easiest thing to do until the 30th. And then after that, you can actually just show up on this Friday at our Discovery classrooms in Maui.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the packet pickup, you can go ahead and just register at that time. I believe it's 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Friday, the 1st. And then, of course, you can do your pickup the day of, between 5:45 and 6:45, and you can register the day of as well. There's no extra charge.
Oh, great.
Besides that, it does increase by $10 after the early online registration ends.
Mm-hmm. But my gosh, you've got these fantastic T-shirts and all these great things, and it's such a wonderful walk. I know a lot of people are already registered, so you're going to have a good turnout.
Yeah, we are definitely pretty full already, but we are looking to hopefully break our record and have 800 plus people. So I'm hoping people get out there. I know that there's not a lot of runs on Maui to participate in, so this is such a great family-oriented event as well. A lot of the big runs are half marathons and marathons. So this one you can get that half marathon in as well for those people that are just natural runners. But also you can bring Keiki, you can bring your dog, you can bring anyone really can go and walk any of the races as well. So it's
Absolutely,
really fun.
And it's so much fun because you always have Marty Dredd out there, and he's going to be there again this year. Mm-hmm. He's fun for the whole family. Plus, you're going to have, after the event, you're going to have for the runners or walkers, there'll be a little breakfast as well served, right?
Exactly. You get free shirt, free breakfast, entering to win a prize. You can win. We're going to be doing a separate whale regatta race just for the participants of the run, and they can.
You are.
Yeah, they can. Whoever the winner is, they get to name a whale, which is $1,000 value. So.
What would you name a whale? That'd be a hard choice, wouldn't it?
I probably, yeah.
Have you ever named a whale before?
I have not. I have not been able to.
I haven't either. So that'd be an interesting thing. I'd feel such a responsibility. It's like, what do you name a whale? My gosh. But there's also something new that I just found out about, which sounds really, really interesting. You have a new art group, which, what's it called, the name of it?
Right. We have this amazing, one of the ways that we meet our mission at Pacific Whale Foundation is partnering with other similar nonprofits. And one of those is Pangea Seed Foundation. They're a 501c3 that protects our oceans through something that art activism, which they've termed artivism. And so they've done 350 murals over the last 4 years. So Pangea Seed Foundation is going to be at the Maui Harbor Shops the day of the run. So this Saturday, actually painting a mural on the building of the harbor shops. So
do you know which wall they're going to choose?
It's the wall facing the highway that doesn't have the doors on it. So it's right behind our ocean store.
That'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be something. And I hadn't known about them, but what a great idea. I guess they've been doing this all around the world, and they've already done a couple here on Maui.
Yeah, I believe they're doing 6 maybe in Wailuku town.
I love it. I love it. That's, because around the world this is a huge thing. There's lots of towns that have been completely transformed, and now even people do tours of some of these murals in places, right? Because some of them are just amazing, so I can't wait to see that as well. So it's really a great family event that's happening this Saturday, and it's a great kickoff. It's been going on a long time, and it's continued to grow and grow and grow. You have changed the course a little. It's a really beautiful course. You have that lovely ocean view, and it stays kind of cool because you get that wind blowing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You get to run right by the coastline, and then we've made it the safest and the most, beautiful course. I think we've always improved it every year. So I think this is one of our best courses we've ever had. So it's going to be great.
Might get distracted by some whales.
Definitely.
Breaching out there. Because it is that time. And speaking of that, there's going to be some wonderful, I think you added another concert cruise on, I think, the 23rd. I had the John Cruise one on the 22nd. That's the fourth Friday. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. But the John Cruise one sold out, and then now you've added one for the next day as well. So again, that would be going to MauiWhaleFestival.org to find out what's going on. You've got a great event. I just love what you've got coming up with the World Whale Film Festival. And there's been a tradition of doing films in the past, but a lot of times they were done at hotels, and they were done either, up in Kaanapali, or at a hotel, or down in Wailea, and all around. So this time, I love it that you brought it home to Wailuku at the EL Theater, and that you have some really big names participating and great films that are going to be shown.
Yeah, we're very excited about it this year. I mean, this actually was an idea that came up, I think, at dinner one night with actually Greg and Selket, his wife, and they came and they thought, that would be great to feature all of these amazing films. And I think our first film fest, we had the director of Blackfish come and speak, and that was really great. That kicked it off. And then, of course, last year, that was Greg's last year, and he was part of it, and it was so special to him. So it's just grown. I mean, it really just sold out so quickly over the last couple of years that we wanted a bigger venue. So Theater is a perfect spot for us. And
it is a wonderful place, and this is really going to be unusual in the fact that you get to see so many important films in a short period of time. It's a couple hours, but you're showing 8 films.
It's transformational films. So it'll change your life.
And you have some very famous surfers and other people who are activists in that light coming to share the time, and they'll be there ahead of time. It's going to be on February 8th, which I can't believe that's not that long away, is it? My gosh. That'd be next Friday. Wow. Next Friday, it's going to be at the EL, and it starts at 6 p.m. But if you come early, there will be booths right outside in front of the EL, and you can talk to some of these people.
Yes, you can talk. Yeah, everyone will have booths. We'll have our research and conservation and education booths there as well, and we're partnering with some other local nonprofits. So.
Well, and it's only $10. You can't go see films for $10 anymore. So that's really, really cool. And it's all, of course, going to your nonprofit, which does a lot of great things. And it's going to be educational. I remember when you did the one on the plastic ocean, that was mind-blowing. That changed. It really, people saw that and they couldn't believe what was happening with plastics in the ocean.
I have not eaten tuna fish since I saw that movie, actually. And
really?
It was such a great movie because we actually developed it into a school program, Plastic Solutions. And so everyone had so much interest in it, and we were able to take it and make it a curriculum in schools here in Maui County. So that was great. So these, you never know, something great could come of this event that's next week.
And by the way, about that, if you're a teacher and you're listening, or you operate at a school, people can actually contact you to have that film shown. And it's so important that kids see what's going on, because when I was like, I can't believe that there's plastic everywhere in the ocean. And when I found out what was happening, it was like, to me, a light bulb went off on it, because this is really past the tipping point, And a lot of work has been done, that's encouraging, but it's really important. So if you're a teacher, you can contact the Maui Whale Organization, Pacific Whale Foundation, and actually ask to have that film shown at your school, correct?
Yes.
And you could go to PacificWhaleFoundation.org. What's the best telephone number to reach the Pacific Whale Foundation, by the way?
249-8811.
Oh, that's the old number I remember. Yeah. Yes, because there's been some other numbers since then. But that's the one I've known for years.
Yes.
Yeah, so yay. I'm glad that's still there. I was wondering if it was. Yeah. I've got to get out and see the whales. I haven't been out this year. And, it was interesting because, on Facebook, your memories from a year ago came up. And I was out there on a whale watch, and the whales came right up, and you could see them right there. And then they came up, and I literally was looking over, and you could feel the air coming off after, as they were spouting. It was like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. So I've got to get out there again, because they are out there, and you've been extremely busy with people seeing them. And there's a couple cool things that people can do. I know on Friday you've got Marty doing his kind of party reggae on the water that's really going full swing. But you added one on Saturday in Lahaina, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, we always have Marty Dread Island Rhythm Cruise going off on Saturdays in Lahaina as well, because we have really those cruises sell out really fast, so you have to book in advance, and we want to have our West Side community and supporters be able to go out on that cruise as well. So we do that during whale season.
It's a little different experience in Lahaina than it is in Maui, too, because you're really kind of covering different territory up there. So
different views, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if that's going on right now, but I heard there was going to be some Navy SEAL tests going on. Have you heard anything about that? What happened? Are they going to still do the Navy SEAL training exercises? I was just shocked when I heard they would do that. I think it was McGregor Point or something around there.
I believe that they are going forward with that.
They are.
There might have been some delay because of the federal government shutdown, but I don't. But we definitely have gotten notices about it, so we believe it's going forward.
I think it gets me upset, because I'm going, this is the time, and the babies and you put more stuff out there, and the noise and the. It's like, oh my gosh, why do you need to do it during whale season and here on? I mean, you could do it in lots of places, but it's like, really? You're going to do that? There's some really, really exciting news that I just found out about, and I mean, to me, this is huge. This year, you're doing the fourth Friday in Kihei, which is always a great party, but you went over the top with this one. And it's kind of like taking the place of the free Saturday concerts, but you got Anuhea to perform for free?
For free?
Yeah. Is it free? Yeah.
She's for free, exactly. It's totally free, exactly. You just show up and you get to see Anuhea.
She's awesome. That's a wonderful treat for people.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And there's going to be some other great artists as well that she's bringing. So that's kind of a surprise, but you'll have to show up and see. It's going to be wonderful. I mean, it's definitely going to be different than any of the other Kihei Fourth Fridays. So some great things in store.
And that's going to be February 22nd. You want to get down there early. Of course, not only Anuhea, but of course, there's always fun trucks and Ono Food and the food trucks and eco programs. And you're going to have some of your people down there with educational things going on as well.
Yeah, we'll have our Eco Alley, which recognizes other nonprofits doing similar work with us, that we're all working together. So, yeah, you can show up and learn about what's going on in the community to save our oceans.
Well, that's huge. So, I mean, I'm just thrilled that you're able to pull that off and because I know Anuhea, and I booked her before, and I know how expensive she is, and I can impressed that you went out and did that. That's quite a gift to the community. And
we were actually able, Maui County, we were able to get a grant through the Economic Development Office. So
that's nice. That's great news. I just love it. So it's been interesting, because basically what you've done, I mean, it was a year ago, Greg passed on, and it was, kind of some people knew it was coming because he was battling brain cancer, but it still was a shock because he's young still, and it was such an amazing tradition year after year after year of all these things going on. So basically, you regrouped, and you basically took a year just figuring out how you were going to carry on this tradition. And so you came up with these, a few new ideas, like the EL Theater Film Festival, which I just love being able to see it here locally, and at the EL. I definitely want to go to that. Which is a great thing, and people can actually go, if they go online to your MauiWhaleFestival.org, can they see what more information about that one?
Yes, all of our events, and you can register for our events as well. For MauiWhaleFestival.org.
Oh, you can register there. Okay, yeah, and by the way, again, if you're just tuning in, get your registration in for the Run and Walk for the Whale, because that closes out January 30th. You can still do it, but it's $10 more if you wait till the morning, and you probably have to get down there at 6 if you're going to do that, if you're not registered. And so do it. Don't procrastinate on this one. It's a great event. It's a wonderful event. Anyone. You can do a mile or you can do 10 miles or anything in between. So it's really great for the whole family. It's a marvelous event. And, of course, we love Marty. Marty's a dear friend of mine, and he just always makes me feel good. And I'm so glad he's merged with you and everything you're doing there, because he just makes he brings your spirits up, right?
It's a great way to start your weekend. You get some exercise, and then you get to see an amazing music show after. So,
well, tickets, if you're going to the Maui Whale Festival .org, you might want to also think about getting the film festival tickets, which are only $10, because that's coming up the Friday after next, February 8th, and that's really going to be a great event. So you don't want to be left out of that one either. But check it out. You probably still can get tickets. It starts at 6 and it goes to 8:30, and it's really a great idea. It's some wonderful people will be there, some great films. Some of the filmmakers will be there as well, and so that's a wonderful one. And then is John Cruz going to do the one on the next day as well? Do you know?
I believe John. So the first February 16th has sold out, but we're going to open up another John Cruz concert cruise on the 23rd.
Oh, and the Banana String Band, Banana String Slug Band is going to do February 23rd, is what it says here. So that's going to be a chance. And again, that's MauiWhaleFestival.org. But please do not forget the huge edition that just announced here that Anuhea is going to play for the Fourth Friday, which this year I think is on the 22nd. And that's always a big event anyway, but I definitely get there early because parking and everything, because she draws thousands of people. I mean, she's really, really, really big. Tell me what else is going on, because I know you got a lot to organize there. That people may not know how big the organization is, because if you go to the Pacific Whale Foundation site, you can see all the different things, not just this event. You've got all kinds of keiki events going on. You have keiki cruises going on. You have the keiki educational projects going on. You'll be doing the Easter. We'll probably have sometime around Easter. You'll have the camp, right? The kids camp, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, right now, one of our huge, actually our most popular keiki program is the Keiki Whale Watch program. So over the last 3 weeks, so to date, we've taken out 1,600 keiki on our whale watches, and we actually, for the second year in a row, we were able to take this program to Lanai and Molokai, and for free for the students there. So, and we've done 2 trips to Molokai this year. So it's really great, and it's really beginning to grow, and that's really important to us to make sure that kids at all ages, especially when they're young, start have a love for these animals right away, and so they'll protect them for the rest of their lives. So that's really exciting for us. Of course,
it's changed some of these kids that have had a chance to do its life. I was talking to Kathy Collins about this, and I said, well, I was talking to the Pacific Whale Foundation. They said some of these kids had never actually been out on a whale watch. They hadn't seen the whales. I'm going, I couldn't believe. She said, well, I hadn't. And she grew up here, of course, was born here. She said, no, I hadn't gone out on a boat. I hadn't seen the whale, hadn't done a whale watch, and so she did it. And she was amazed. And I was like, really? Some of these kids haven't had a chance to do that. So what a gift. And because people have been inspired by going out on these things, some have decided to go into marine biology and have changed their whole course of what they want to study in school. Some have even come back and come to work as marine biologists there, right?
It's true. Yeah, we hope that they would join the team or do whatever they can do in their personal lives to ensure that we save their marine habitat.
It's what a great gift for people, absolutely. And then there is all the real studying and work that's being done. People don't realize there's still so much to learn about whales. It blows my mind when I heard that the Japanese are going to start slaughtering whales again. I was like, oh no, you can't do that. I was like, I thought they'd gone past that, But we assume that everyone's enlightened and knows better, right? And it's not like the Japanese need to. It's not like it's not like Alaska, even beyond Alaska, where it's a cultural tradition. This is like the Japanese just doing it because they want to make money.
Yeah, and they never actually stopped doing it, but
I thought they had.
Yeah, I think they were still doing it, but they were calling it research. So they still had continued to do it, but at least that they were involved with the International Whaling Commission.
Right.
So they've backed away from that completely, and that's tough because you definitely want to keep everyone together to make sure that everyone has a voice on how we're going to keep the population and conserve that.
Well, I would have thought that it actually would have been bigger news. I think, in Australia when I heard that news, but a lot of people I've talked to were not aware that it happened. But this is when their reputation should be on the line, and I would hope public opinion would have some kind of impact on them, and kind of basically a little bit of, I don't know, pride in their growth and intelligence to not go back into this. It's like, I would really hope that people could have an impact, but I don't think there's really a lot that you can do. Is there any way that people can say they don't like this idea and that it shouldn't be done?
Well, they can support us because we are representing the population at the IWC, and so we do have a part in that. But I think we're hoping that there will be some progress made at the IWC and that they'll join back into the commission, because I think that would be the best way to approach the problem, is to come together and not apart.
Right, absolutely. Is climate change affecting the patterns of the whales?
We are not sure. We're still doing studies on that to see. That's why we actually added additional great whale counts this year. And
now you did one, but you have more coming up that people can participate in, right?
Right. And over the years, we've done one in February, and the February normally is when it's peak whale season, and there's the most here. But we've noticed that there's been declining in number. The numbers have been declining over the last few years, and that's been noticed by other researchers as well. So we're partnering with NOAA, and we're going to be doing, to make the 3 different counts. So we're going to be doing a count. We already did a count for January. We'll do one in February like normal, and we'll also do one in March. And that's going to help us see if it's actually a timing issue and what's contributing to those numbers declining.
Now, people, if they want to participate, they can, but do they need to register for that?
Yes, they do. Yeah, and you can go to MauiWhaleFestival.org, and you can register for the sites. I believe we're pretty full already, but there are maybe a few sites that still need counters. So
it's been going on for a while, and it's been interesting, and it is an interesting way for people to actually participate, and you feel like you're involved in something a little bigger than just you. And you get out there with your binoculars and you go to some of the key points, right? Is it McGregor Point? You look out there. Do you still have people out there from the Pacific Whale Foundation at the point?
We do, yes. We have our research team and our education team out there.
Oh, that's a great thing, because a lot of visitors stop there to look for the whales. Yeah. So it's nice you can actually inform them about what's going on.
And we actually were just speaking today about maybe doing some counting on a daily basis as well, because since we have that resource there, we have that person there, so we can contribute to the data that we're collecting for the great whale count.
How many ships are in your fleet right now?
We have 7.
Wow,
7 boats
that's wonderful. So that's in a combination of both Lahaina and here.
Yes.
But Ma'alai Harbor is the biggest one where most people go out of?
Well, we have 4 boats in Ma'alai, so we have more carrying capacity in Ma'alai, so we do carry more passengers. We have 3 boats in Lahaina. So we are, it seems like Ma'alai Harbor is getting busier this year, so that's great.
and the number to call for a whale watch cruise is 249-8811 as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's an experience that everyone loves, and I know some people say it's the highlight of their trip. They say that, I've been on board the cruises and heard people talk, and some of the people say, when we come out, we always do this, and then a lot of people bring their friends, and they live here, and they bring family or friends who are visiting, and they say, you've got to come out, and it's always like one of the highlights of what people experience when they come. That's why I can't believe the Japanese are realizing it. This is something that people come and really enjoy. It's a tourist attraction. And not only that, they learn so much and they feel so beautiful about it. Now that it's social media, you see all these videos, right? And you see all the people posting their pictures and everything, right? And you now are keeping track. You've kind of gotten all tech-oriented, and you can actually keep track of the sightings of whales.
Exactly. They're a whale and dolphin tracker app that we are improving every year. But yes, it's our citizen science tool. It's kind of like the Great Whale Count. So you don't have to be a research biologist, but you can contribute to research biologist papers that get published and actually change the world, and educate lawmakers and things and what to do for policy. So basically, when you go out and you see these animals, you can record data on where you see them.
And put it into the app?
The app.
And what's the app called?
Whale and Dolphin Tracker.
I have to get that, Whale and Dolphin Tracker. It's a very, very good thing to have. It's an excellent idea. And again, it gives you a way and people a way to find out what really is going on, because the habits of the whales change. You know, it's sometimes they're in one particular place, and you see that because you have boats going out all the time. That you see where they're liking. Have you seen any different tracking patterns of where they're going and staying in areas that have changed?
Not necessarily. I think it's been pretty similar over the years, at least in Maui County. But there has been, you know, the numbers are declining, so we're trying to figure out why that is.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point and an important one. And then, of course, there was that whale that died off Oahu and the sharks and all the thing that happened there, and that went viral. Everyone was talking. It was on the national news and everything, wasn't it? And everyone was going, "Oh my God, look at the size of that white shark." You know, but the thing that people have to remember, and if you're visiting, probably if people here know, you don't just go out and try to get close to a whale. I hope everyone realizes there's rules, there's regulations, there's big fines if you go out and decide you're going to take your little kayak or something or swim and get close to them. You know, it's like, don't do that. Don't do that, folks. You can get in big, big trouble, you know. I mean, people see videos of people swimming with whales and they think it's so cool, right? Not.
It's against the law.
It's a huge fine. Was it a $10,000 fine or something?
It can be. It can be pretty high.
Yeah, so just because you see it on a video doesn't mean you can do it here. You can't. Of course, if a whale comes up to you, it's a whole different story. You know, so, I mean, there's times you've seen that out there with your boats where you get mugged, right? You know, and the whales come. I saw it one time, and the whale's coming right up. We were sitting still in the water, and the whale came up to us, right?
Well, yes, and you have to, you know, think the calves are out there, and they're curious, they're new, and so they're going to be curious like that. So, and the mother's going to protect the calf, and there's usually an escort there as well. So it's definitely, you know, be safe. Even if they come to you, it doesn't mean that they want to, you know, it could just be a curiosity factor of it.
Well, it's always nice to talk to you. You do great, great work. I mean, it's a hard job. You've got a large staff and probably even more volunteers, right?
Oh my gosh, our volunteer team is amazing. I think we've had about 100 volunteers, over 100 volunteer opportunities that we've filled over the last month or so.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's probably, you'll see some of the volunteers out there this Saturday for the run and walk for the whales as well. So be nice to them.
Yes, please.
You couldn't run your organization without the volunteers.
Oh, no, definitely.
You couldn't do these events without the volunteers.
The organization would not be the same organization without the volunteers.
And if people want to volunteer for maybe some of these other events coming up, like Kihei 4th Friday, I mean, are there still need for volunteers?
Yes, there's still need for volunteers, and you contact, actually, Kelly Vo is our volunteer organizer planner, so she is the best person to talk to, and you can call the number 249-8811.
Wonderful, and I just have to, before we close here, say thank you for being so eco-friendly. You're doing your events, and you're totally aware of this. Your shop is totally one of the best places to get eco-friendly products. So while you're out there Saturday, do check out the shop. Beautiful, high-quality products, from the straws, of bamboo straws, to straw holders, to backpacks, all completely wonderfully made. So do get out there and check that out while you're out there on Saturday.
Please do. Local products.
Yeah, I love it.
Feel good merchandise.
Oh, absolutely, and a beautiful job doing it. Well, thank you for taking the time from your very, very busy schedule. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we thank you for the great work you do. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha.